Greetings, Trailblazers. Welcome to a video of Honkai Star Rail. This is going to be my first video regarding Star Rail at all. I do play the game pretty consistently, but I just haven't bothered making content of it yet. Figured I'd save that for another time, but what I do want to do today is watch the live stream for 2.4. So we shall get into that. I'll just be watching and giving thoughts here and there if I have any, but probably mostly just admiring what they've come up with for this next patch. And we'll see if I'm blocking any characters this time, as with the Genshin one. Hopefully not. If I am, I'll move myself. But with all that said, let's get into it. IPC.
But long story short, work pressure is really starting to wear me down. You got any medicinal recommendations, Mr. Jiaoqiu?
I have just the thing, Mr. Albert. Take 2 mace of heavenward pepper, 3
No, the thing in the corner. You guys can't see it for now. I won't move myself though. It says actions performed by professionals. Don't try this at home. Also, I love Jiaoqiu. I love his design, guys. I'm so excited. And if you know what I mean, his voice is giving fallen leaves adorn my night.
tails of 7-star chili and half a caddy of millet pepper.
That's
Remove
so
the
spicy.
seeds and grind together with a splash of prickly ash cooking wine. Apply the mixture evenly and rinse after 20 minutes. Finally, apply a layer of starch, which will induce a detoxifying sweat.
Will it?
Good for the mind
Sweat?
and the soul.
That's so spicy. That's so many peppers. I'm also like
Dr. Jiaoqiu, Albert's
the
not
worst
the
spice
only one exhausted around here.
tolerance.
I should detoxify too.
Well, Miss Yun Li, start out by blanching some ingredients in a premium broth, but make sure it utilizes plenty of premium dried chilies.
I see digestion issues on the horizon. Some
I love
coriander should
Genuine.
help with that.
Stay your hand. Return that evil herb at once.
This is so funny.
Unthinkable.
What is this? This is so funny. Alright, here's the trailer, I think.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. You know?
There you are! Everyone, this way!
The Xianzhou La Fu will be holding the Luminary Combat Art Ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Why are there Boris in here?
Right on time.
Evenly.
Hello there. Hey, old metal. Which one do you want to strike? Oh, all of them? Rock-shattering slash! Master Yun Li, look at how hard I've been training.
Hunt March.
I could take 10 of you.
New
The
March 7th
shackling prison
design.
on the Luofu is completely different from the one on the Yaoqing. It's completely underwater.
Oh. What does he know? Hello?
Wherever
look at his hair
crowds
in the
gather,
back.
there is always an undercurrent beneath the surface. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Sure.
First meal after regaining my freedom is the flesh.
He opened his eyes. This is real, guys. Real stuff. Oh,
Condolences, Miss Hanya.
Memories of chasing, gnawing, and tearing. Evolved
this is
If
intense.
this is what they want, I'm always up for a challenge.
Ooh. What's her name? I love that. Ooh. Yes. Let me actually... I'll keep this on screen for y'all. Like, yes. I don't know. Let me get the codes. Redeem them real quick. So I guess I'll just talk about the the trailer real quick now that I've redeemed the codes within the Hoyo Lab app. Looks very intense. I can't wait to meet all these new characters that are from the Xianzhou, even if they are from different areas of the Xianzhou, like not necessarily the Luofu. Really excited about Jiaoqiu. I do plan on pulling for him, so when he comes out, there will probably be a video of that. But I guess we have to see what their kits do first, so I can further explain why I want actually my reason for pulling a character is 90% of the time I just like how they look. Like, sometimes their kit has an effect on why I pull for them. I would say, like, the Archons in Genshin are a good example of that. I usually pull for them because their kits align very well with all the other characters that are from that region. But anyway, I will skip forward to the next section. Hot pot.
And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle.
Xianzhou Juming delegate, present.
Xianzhou Yaoqing delegate, present.
Xianzhou Lawfu delegate present.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
And good evening.
No,
And to all
That's
our
fun.
viewers far and wide, welcome to the version 2.4 finest duel under the pristine blue special program. As always, your avian buddy Albert's here to guide you through.
Hi everyone, I'm Yan Li, a sword master
Yan Li.
from the Juming.
And I'm Jiaoqiu. I may have the appearance of a chef, but I'm actually a healer.
Greetings,
Healer.
everyone. It's
Okay.
been a while. I trust you're well.
A pleasure to have you three
and
in the
Jinyuan,
studio.
everyone's favorite general.
Now, the Penacony vacation has drawn to a close, and the crew of the Astral Express is bound for a familiar destination.
Why are we here anyway?
It's like this. I assume you all received an invitation from the Seat of Divine Foresight, welcoming you to the Luminary War Dance.
Yep, it's a martial arts ceremony. Competitors battle it out in a flash of swords, all for the title of Sword Champion.
As a matter of
Sword
fact,
champion.
the War Dance is a festival commemorating the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knight's triumphant resistance against the abominations of abundance. As you know, the Lawfu's Ambrosial Arbor crisis was only recently resolved. Now is the time
True.
to regroup and raise our spirits, which is why we have chosen this moment to convene the War Dance. It is also for this reason that the title of Sword Champion will not be decided in this ceremony.
It won't? I fear Master Yenqing will be bitterly disappointed.
Fear not, Mr. Jiaoqiu.
He probably
This war
will.
dance isn't only a morale boost. It's also an invitation to allies and friends, a display of peace, and an important duty for the Cloud Knights. That's why Yenqing has taken it upon himself to accompany the Trailblazers for the duration.
Exactly right. In the version 2.4 Trailblaze
New
Continuance
mission?
Finest Duel under the Pristine Blue One, Trailblazers will witness Yenqing's assiduous side and his new identity.
I get it.
New identity.
One person, not enough. You need our help, right?
Such a distinguished occasion surely merits the attendance of other esteemed guests.
Of course, the Xianzhou Yaoqing delegation will be led by none other than the Merlin's Claw, General Fei Xiao. At her side, will be
Fei
two
Xiao,
senior
that's
advisors,
who it was.
Jiaoqiu, the Jiaoqiu, as well as Moza.
And as for the Xianzhou Juming,
Mm.
me and Grandpa,
Wowza.
General Huaiyan, the famous Flaming Heart, will be representatives.
I don't want to lower your spirits, but I heard that the Trailblazers' arrival doesn't always coincide with a happy... I mean, wasn't everyone fighting in the trailer?
3 Arbiter
True,
Generals
they were.
in the same place at the same time? Not a good sign.
That's not all. Rumors are circulating through the Alliance that General Jinyuan's conduct during the Ambrosial Arbor crisis may have violated certain laws of the land.
What?
Could it really be that...
Oh boy, I knew where we'd get out.
Let's just not talk
True
about
that.
that.
The other 2 generals will arrive on the Lawfu with a certain assignment. If you want to know the details, then ready yourself for the upcoming Trailblaze continuance story.
Let us refrain from needless anxiety. The Lawfu will ensure a spectacular war dance.
Right, geez, let's lighten the mood. I want to talk about my legendary new Swordmaster apprentice. She's been getting a lot of attention. She gets her own intro, right?
March 7th? Of course! With the war dance right around the corner, March
New
couldn't
March
help
7th.
herself. She set out on her own martial arts journey. Stay tuned. We've got more intel on that coming up on the program. Which reminds me, The War Dance ceremony is set to span versions 2.4 and 2.5.
Oh.
The Ambrosia Arbor crisis might be in the past.
So
but
no
the
Sunday
Trailblazers
until
will continue to be
very
important
late, it
witnesses
seems
to the
like.
Xianzhou Laofu's ongoing story.
The separation has been difficult. We've
Let's
missed
just
the
forget
Trailblazers dearly.
about our favorite
Here's
character.
hoping the Xianzhou Laofu can bring everyone new and exciting experiences.
Can't wait!
Ah, the broth is ready. Shall we add any extra seasonings?
Add 'em all! We gotta make the most of the occasion. It's not every day we get to catch up with the Xianzhou pals. Ooh, and speaking of pals, version 2.4 will be introducing a brand new map, the Shackling Prison.
These pals of yours, they're all in prison?
Not all of them, not in the traditional sense. The Shackling Prison is under the Ten Lords Commission Administration. It's where Shui Yi and Hanya work.
The Shackling Prison is where we detain criminals. It's cold, and forbidding entrance is located below the waters of Scale Gorge waterscape.
That's giving Fortress of Mirapede.
Does
I
look
wonder
creepy.
why.
An individual must
like it's the
first
same
stand
company
trial before being
making these
escorted to
games.
their cell. For those guilty of particularly heinous crimes, we reserve special cells of biting cold or searing heat. The interrogations of Blade and Luochao were conducted in just such a place.
Yeah, remember we saw that.
Doesn't sound like an easy place to spring a prison break.
You can say that again. The Ten Lords Commission keeps
Very
a
ominous
watchful
area.
eye, and the routes to the cells are tangled webs filled with carefully designed mechanisms. Those seeking access must first overcome innumerable tests of fortitude.
It would appear the Shackling Prison is the haunt of wolf-like monsters.
Yeah.
Borison?
That's right. Watch your step, Trailblazers.
Seemed like could be a difficult new enemy to overcome.
I'm sure Shui Yi and Hanya would love you to go and express your sympathies. Anyway, with the new map out of the way, it's time we talked about our new
Shui looked like
friends
she
from
wasn't
Xiuming
feeling
and the
too good
Yaoqiu.
during the trailer, though.
Starting with a gifted young girl, Yoon Lee.
Yoon Lee. Alright, let's see what she's all about. She just like me for real. Let's get an entire giant sword out to hit a fly. That is a huge sword. Kind of reminds me of Ji Yuan's follow-up
I'm
attack.
from the Xianzhou Juming, a ship known for its unrivaled craftsmanship. As the records show, some
Physical
60
destruction.
or 70% of all
Same
the Xianzhou's
voice actor as
armory
Navia.
comes from the artisans of the Juming. Ever since I was little, I've studied sword mastery and weapons forging with my grandpa. I mean, the Flaming Heart, Hua Yan.
To her, swords are more honest than people. She lives by the phrase, swords make acquaintances, fighting makes friends.
Oh? It so happens that on the Laofu there is an able young man with a similar love of the sword. I have a feeling
Yanqing.
you two might get along.
You mean Yanqing? He doesn't know the first thing about swords. He collects them like they're going out of fashion, then never uses them. I can hear those blades crying from here.
Seems like you guys don't share everything in common.
And not to mention, see the giant sword I use? Forged him myself. He
Oh,
might not be
interesting.
complete, but he's already stronger than anything out there.
She calls her
Weapons
sword
of this
he.
caliber usually get their own name.
Why not?
What do you call them?
Not bad, Feathers. Finally, someone who understands swords. I gave him a unique name for the ages. Old Metal.
Huh.
Old metal.
It has a ring about it.
I like it too.
Me and Old Metal have a deep connection.
It's like
Every time I get into
two
a
dads
scrap,
or two
I
uncles.
ask Old Metal, which
This
one
random
do you
girl.
want to strike? Old Metal usually
it sounds
says something
good.
like, let's start here and end there. To which I reply, oh, all of them? All right.
She talks to her sword?
Old Metal's
sword
adorable
talks.
manner belies his formidable stature.
Yunli might be young, but she's confident and unafraid to speak her mind. it's time we took a look at her skills on the battlefield.
As a
Alright.
physical type character following the path of destruction, gentle persuasion isn't really my style. When using my skill, I restore my own
Bladeborn
HP
Quake.
while dealing physical damage to a single target and adjacent enemies.
What really sets Yunli apart in combat is the way she counters the enemy. When attacked, she immediately launches a counter on the attacker, dealing damage to the target and adjacent enemies.
Bears
Counter.
a grudge and knows friend from foe. She doesn't mess around.
You gotta use the enemy's strength against them. After using my ultimate, I acquire the parry state, which allows me to sustain lower damage and taunt
Intuit
all enemies.
slash.
In addition, my ordinary counter is upgraded to powerful counter, which deals higher damage.
To it.
You seem well versed in the art of the counter. One assumes that surprise attacks during exploration aren't a concern for you?
Nope. When using my technique, I obtain a special effect for a set duration. If an enemy launches an attack during that duration, the attack is blocked,
Oh.
and upon entering battle, I launch a powerful counter on a
It's an
random
interesting technique.
Imagine you've hardly regained your footing when a girl with a giant blade comes running straight for you.
It's
Which
kinda
reminds me, in version 2.4, Trailblazers will experience
Companion
the
mission
Swords
as
to
well
Plowshares
for her.
companion mission. Granddad and granddaughter arrive on the law fu from the Zhu Ming, bringing with them a prize much sought after among the war dance competitors. The Zhu Ming may have brought the prize, but they ain't leaving with it.
Watch us.
Easy now. External heat needs inner cooling, as they say.
Who says
Sounds
that?
like another difficult challenge for Yanqing.
Why you guys
Jing Yuan's
sound
just
so-
like
so
sweating in the corner, like,
Let's
what is
move on
going
to another
on?
new character, shall we? Hailing from the Yaoqiu and soon to be making his appearance, it's military healer Jiaoqiu.
Ooh, I'm excited about him. Thinking about food. Food. Ooh. His burst animation, or like ultimate animation, is so cool. Like, that's
The
so cool.
Yaoqing's illustrious healer.
Fire in the hilly.
I've heard much about you.
You're too kind, General. My visit to the Lawfu is only in aid of keeping a promise.
You owe someone a tasty meal?
Well, taste is secondary to nutrition, Miss Yunli.
I'm curious, Mr.
Oh,
Jiaoqiu.
no, he's one of those
Under
people.
what circumstances would you usually open your eyes? Forgive me, but your
It's so
beef
fun.
is overcooked.
Huh?
What? Oh my
Well,
gosh.
seems like culinary emergencies are pretty eye-opening. But I digress. Mr. Jiaoqiu, why don't you introduce yourself a little more?
Well, I am employed as a military healer to the Yaoqing's General Fei Xiao. You could consider me
Okay.
one of her retainers. I'm accompanying the general to the Xianzhou Lawfu for this war dance ceremony.
Huh, so
Fun.
what's with all the broths and ingredients then?
Well, you see, Miss Yunli, I believe in culinary medicine. The notion that we are what we eat. The arts of cooking and healing
So
are
if
one
I
and the same.
eat a leaf,
which is
I
why I
am a
spend
leaf?
so much time delving into the spicy miracles of medicinal cuisine. I am a self-confessed chow hound, Miss Yunli. I eat, and then I leave.
Oh, you ain't going anywhere yet, Doctor.
Alright. Yeah.
Delicacies
What does that
aside,
even mean?
Let's talk some more about that healing of yours.
I eat
Before you
and
came
then I
under General
leave.
Fei Xiao's command,
Iconic.
you were well known in the Xianzhou Yaoqing's Alchemy Commission. You went on to cut your teeth as a military healer with the Cloud Knights on campaigns for the hunt. As General Fei Xiao's strategist, Jiaoqiu applies his taste for spice to battlefield tactics.
Strategist as well.
Combat
Okay.
is a bubbling broth, with each side occupying one half of Yunyang Hot Pot.
Indeed. Battles are marked by myriad changes, constantly evolving in a dance of yin and yang.
Well said, General.
They say foxes are cunning creatures. Seems like Mr. Jiaoqiu is no exception. I think it's time we took a look at what our delicious doctor can do on the battlefield.
Delicious
Well,
doctor.
about time.
Mhm.
I am a fire-type character on the path of nihility. When using my technique during exploration, I create a special dimension. After entering battle with an enemy within the dimension, I inflict them
Domain
with
expansion?
fire damage.
Domain
and there's
expansion?
a possibility of following up with a stack of ashen roast debuff.
So, we're cooking the enemy alive?
They're cooked.
Ashen
They're
Roast
cooked.
turns up the heat by causing enemies to sustain greater damage. Any attack that Jiaoqiu lands on an enemy has a chance of inflicting Ashen Roast.
Indeed.
Okay.
Case in point, if I were to use my skill to deal blast damage, there would be a chance of simultaneously
throwing-
inflicting
is
a
that
stack of ashen roast
cardamom?
on the target.
Did you
Star
just
anise.
throw spices into the battlefield?
Sharp eyes, General. After launching my ultimate, the battlefield becomes an enormous yuan-yang hot pot. The enemies are trapped in a searing broth, which inflicts damage on each and every one of them.
He opens his
At
eyes,
the same time,
which means it gets
the
serious.
effects of Ashen Roast are compounded for enemies inflicted with the debuff, in line with the current highest number of stacks. Immediately after, a field appears, which lasts for a set number of turns.
Whew, all these hot pop visuals are making me hungry again.
Honestly, same. I haven't
What
eaten
does
lunch
this
yet.
field
Yo.
do exactly?
Enemies within the field sustain greater ultimate damage. And during their action, there is a chance they will be inflicted by a stack of Ashen Roast.
Oh, it would follow that
Alright.
if, for example, Acheron were on the team. You would be able to help her acquire ultimate charges more quickly.
Absolutely right.
Nice of you to
Love how
invite
they
the
say that,
enemy
and
to
I do
dinner
not have Acheron,
before showing them the
but I'm
door.
gonna pull for
The
him
last meal
anyway.
they'll ever experience. Word of advice? Order out next time, fellas. Well, we've got to know new friends from both the Zhuming and the Yaoqing.
But, like-
Let's turn our gaze to the version 2.4 banner info. In version 2.4,
It's iconic of him to be a male fox character.
5-star character Yun Li, as well
Okay.
as the limited 5-star character Hua Hua. The limited 5-star light cones, dance at sunset,
Yun Li's
and
light
Night
cone
of
is so
Fright
cute and
will
pretty.
be
I love
boosted.
it.
A cat is a human's best friend.
I agree. I'm
you
a cat
certainly
person
have a
myself.
cat-like energy to you, Miss Yun Li.
Let's move swiftly on to this version's second half warp event, which boosts limited 5-star characters, Jiaoqiu, and Masked Fool Sparkle. In
Alright.
addition, the drop rates for the limited 5-star light cones, those many springs, and Earthly Escapade will
And we'll
be
get the
boosted.
new March 7th light cone as well.
Another eye-opening moment for our fox friend.
Moments spent in the cool shade of an
Like
old
how they keep
tree
talking
should be
about his
used
eyes
for
opening. That's so
admiring
funny
the
to me.
surrounding scenery.
Couldn't agree more. And almost forgot, the version 2.4
Yep.
warp banner will feature a familiar face. of
But why is it
Warp
Harmony? Why is it Harmony?
Poised to bloom.
She has the presence of a true swordmaster.
I love that light cone
Someone's
though.
been
I like
taking their training seriously.
the pink.
Mhm.
I like it.
Without further ado, let's take a closer look at the fruits of March 7th's journey as a sword master apprentice.
So we get to see what she's like in this new form. I do think it's interesting that they've been doing this. They're doing this with a character who isn't the Trailblazer, like giving them a new element and path. Boba.
On returning to the
She, like, she
Xianzhou,
kills you with
March
cuteness.
7th is brimming with excitement for the upcoming war dance.
Imaginary
and decides
hunt.
to learn swordplay from Masters Yun Li and Yan Xing.
Brave of her to take up the sword, and no doubt a challenge for her masters.
I'll say. Not to mention, Yun Li and Yan Xing's swordplay isn't exactly similar. Will March 7th end up with a weird mix of styles?
You're overthinking things. If you're dedicated to the sword, you just need to swing it.
Follow
okay.
the sword and victory will follow. Well, we've done a lot of talking. Time to see March
She really
7th's
likes
sword
swords.
blade action.
March 7th, the Hunt's basic attack deals imaginary damage. When using her skill, March 7th selects a teammate as master and presents them with a special beverage to increase their speed.
A good apprentice.
As a promising young
Milk
student,
tea.
March 7th has a keen understanding of her master's style. When her master launches an attack or ultimate, March 7th acquires charges. When charges reach a set number of stacks, she immediately takes action again and obtains an enhanced basic attack.
Oh,
Her enhanced
interesting.
basic attack deals set hits of damage to a target enemy, with a chance of dealing further hits.
Okay.
Just a chance?
She's a rookie, remember? Her moves
I like
might
how
be a
that's how
little
they're
rusty, but they can
framing it
surprise
as.
you all the same. Depending on her master's path, her specific attacks possess additional effects.
That's right. For example,
Mm.
masters on the paths of destruction, erudition, or the hunt can cause specific attacks to deal additional damage. And masters on the paths of nihility, harmony, preservation, or abundance can raise the toughness reduction of specific attacks.
Putting learning into practice.
I like that
I find
diversity of what
After using
she
her
does based on
ultimate,
who the master
March
is.
7th can deal damage to a target enemy while improving her next enhanced basic attack.
And for those who were wondering what having March as an apprentice is like, there you have it.
March 7th is humble and learns from all her allies. During exploration, for every time a teammate uses their technique, March 7th acquires a charge at the start of the next battle.
That's interesting.
When using her own technique, she regenerates energy at the start of the next battle.
It must be a great privilege to have an apprentice with such powers of perception.
Well, get this. Completing specific tasks in the version 2.4's Trailblaze Continuance will unlock March 7th the Hunt. Once unlocked, a path switching option will appear in the character interface for this.
Kind of like
That's
Trailblazer.
my apprentice.
She certainly does have the aura of a heroine.
I think we could all use a lie down. More exciting updates
That's
after the
fun.
break.
It's always fun to have a new style for a character. Alright. It's there for you guys to look at, and now I'm going to fast forward, so...
Welcome back, Trailblazers. It's time we took a look. Version 2.4's all new events. As the war dance approaches, guests and visitors from all corners are converging on the Lawfu. But not all
Warden
are
ceremony is
harboring
approaching, and
noble
March 7th has
intentions.
been invited to become
I'm sure all
Yanqing,
you
Yunli's
remember a
apprentice
certain
in
IPC
swordplay.
representative
As
by
her
the name of
assistant, we will
Scott.
plan sword art sessions to
The
help her
Alliance
achieve
is
victory
very
in the
familiar
eventual
with the
duel and
conduct and
swordplay.
deeds of the IPC.
Hardly
You
surprising.
get a new little
Well, Scott
text box
is out to
thing that looks
demonstrate
cute.
that Xianzhou swordplay is no match for IPC tech. Ooh, not only does he have a mech-related provocation in store, but also wants to assert his authority through battle.
What
For
is
real? I think me
what
and
is
old
that
Metal
face
owe this
Joshua
guy a
is making?
beating.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
10.
Hold your horses, Miss Yunli. As a matter of fact, your apprentice got a little impulsive and took up the challenge. She's due to face off against her opponent in just 15 days' time.
A familiar turn of events. Are we able to assist Miss March in this endeavor?
Of course! To help March defeat this IPC rotten egg, Trailblazers will take up the position of personal trainer. The goal?
We're kind of
open
not
up
the
a
main character in this
15-day
one then.
crash
That's
course
fun.
in swordplay.
March is the main
15
character.
days?
It's all about her,
Crash course?
as it should be.
Mr. Albert, have you heard the proverb, haste makes waste?
I've heard of
you
that one.
heard the proverb when needs must? Between me and Yanqing, we've
no.
got the sword skills to
haven't.
provide the best crash course in town.
It's like we're making a
Still,
light novel or
balance
like
training
a
also
manga, a
requires
comic. That's fun.
Rest, relaxation, and fun.
The fabled work-life balance. Sounds
Albert's
like
like,
you've
I
got
don't
to
know
figure it
what
out,
that
Miss
is.
Yunli. Results or your money back.
I have a feeling Miss March will have some fortuitous encounters and crucial assistance along the way.
Oh, I might just have to offer a helping hand myself.
The encounters and sword training experiences that March accumulates will dictate the nature of the story's conclusion. The end result will
Oh.
always be a solo confrontation with Scott, though the
Scott.
nature of the showdown will
Ugh.
also vary accordingly.
Following the ending, Trailblazers can acquire Stellar Jade and March 7th, the Hunt's Eidolon.
With the combined assistance of her friends, surely Miss March will prevail over Scott.
Why is he saying it like that?
As long as a swordmaster
Scott.
is worthy of the sword in their hand, they have nothing to worry about.
Wise words indeed, Miss Yunli.
Oh.
Let's move on to another event.
These guys.
After leaving Penacony, I'm sure Trailblazers will remember with fondness their unpredictable old friends, the trash cans.
I
It
love
would
the
seem
trash
these
cans.
old friends have appeared on the Xianzhou.
Up here they have. And a medical
They're
intern
everywhere.
from Penacony is on the lookout for an assistant. Their goal? To complete a series of shoots to uncover the secrets of the Marastruck.
Wait, what? They're doing a trash can shoot?
You better believe it. The intern
And
in
why
question
not?
is Randolph. And just like the Trailblazers, they're a trash can enthusiast.
If you spend enough time in the
Trailblazer
cosmos,
found
there's
a
nobody
kindred
you won't
spirit
encounter.
in
Trash
Randolph.
can enthusiasts? Comes
Oh.
with the territory.
During the
Oh.
event, Trailblazers must use the photography software provided by Randolph to take pictures of trash
This is giving that
cans
one
hidden among
Pokemon
the
game from like
crowds.
years and years
Different
and years
trash
ago.
cans mean different points. With
I don't
some
even
trash
remember what it
cans
was
even
called.
adopting special movements. Do your best to get them all on film to maximize your points and complete the stage objectives.
And
Okay.
a friendly reminder,
Take
trash
pictures.
cans may appear unexpectedly and without warning. Trailblazers wishing to catch them all will need their wits about them.
Now, this event isn't confined to the Xianzhou.
Trailblaze friendship
Your
is
old
magic.
friends have also appeared in
They're
Bellabog.
shameless.
Rumor has it that Bellabog inhabitants have recently been attacked by a shadow of unknown origin. To
More
resolve this
trash
case,
cans.
Our
They're
trash
everywhere.
can friends need the strength of Trailblazers and Bellabogians alike.
I like how the wanted
That's
poster.
the end of the trash can related content for this version.
Yunli's like,
Right.
please move on.
Don't speak too soon.
Oh no.
In the Trailblaze Friendship is Magic event, Trailblazers need to use specific characters to play the role of magician and summon a special trash can comrade, Letter Pony, to fight alongside them.
A trash can summoning magician.
Ji-Yuan's like, I'm too old for this. I'm too old for
Does
this. Get
this
me out.
sorcerer have any other notable abilities?
Of course, the magician's
Doesn't
skill
even wanna
and
ask.
ultimate will acquire all new combat effects with the
Oh
power
my.
to command mini-cans during battle. The mini-cans attack and
gosh.
talent abilities
Oh my gosh,
will
the
depend
Palo
on which
ones.
character was used to summon them, adding further layers to the combat experience. For example, the skills
is the
of
fan
certain
service I
magicians
wanted.
summon mini-cans onto the battlefield up to a maximum of 5. The more mini-cans on the battlefield, the higher the attack and the more energy regenerated for the magician.
Classic trash warfare.
Well, get this.
Yeah.
Some mini-cans can even enter an ultra gold state and receive extra buffs. And we've only scratched the surface. Trailblazers who wish to test the limits of magical trash can strength can do so in-game.
I'm absolutely gobsmacked.
The
But I love
event
it
will
at the
launch
same
a
time.
new
That's
challenge
so
stage daily,
funny.
with 5 stages total, and each stage split into 2 difficulties. After completing the Initiation Trial Challenge, Trailblazers can unlock the official trial difficulty for an even harder test.
See you on the battlefield, friends.
I need another breather. Don't go anywhere, Trailblazers. More exciting updates after the following broadcast.
That's how I feel about this. Just, it's so funny. That's so funny. Interesting. Alright. Look at the code. Look at it. And now I'm moving on.
Welcome back, y'all!
Gift
As
of Odyssey,
always,
of
in
course.
Version 2.4, we'll be seeing the return of 10 free warps in the Gift of Odyssey check-in event.
And of course, there's also the double events. Planar Fisher and Garden of Plenty.
Remember to
Of
complete
course.
the simulated universe or divergent universe for double planar ornaments.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't even got to this version's system optimizations yet. Starting with the relic system. When using
Okay.
the filter function to screen relics already in your possession, filter choices can be saved for a faster selection process. Meanwhile, in the relic
Okay.
inventory,
Sorry, I
Trailblazers
yawned.
will find new quick lock and quick discard functions. When
Okay.
choosing relics for a character, relics will be sorted according to the character's relic set prioritization, with the most suitable relics appearing first. There's also a new feature for relic substat recommendations.
By using the recommended relics feature,
Kind of
not
like the
only can
artifact
Trailblazers
system
view a character's most
that's in
frequently
Genshin already
used
that I
relic
don't
set,
use,
but
so
also the recommended
yay.
main and subsidiary stats.
And finally, when checking Simulated Universe Interface and Cavern of Corrosion in the Interastral Peace Guide, Trailblazers can see recommended characters for the relics in question.
That's
How
interesting.
considerate.
Now,
That is
to
very
allow
useful for people
Trailblazers
who
to come
don't
into faster
like watch
contact
guides
with
or
new versions,
want to
captivating
try
events,
on their own to
and
build a
time-limited
character, you know?
rewards. 2.4 has added an advanced access feature for both Trailblaze continuance and events.
So if a Trailblazer doesn't meet the prerequisite conditions for a given event, they can still experience the new version's events and missions?
In the mission catalog, missions with early access will feature a special icon. Maps yet to be unlocked will get temporary map teleportation access, while also featuring a special icon. Trailblazers can freely switch between the displays for the normal map and the temporary maps unlocked as a result of advanced access event activation.
And what if Trailblazers achieve
Sounds
the
like a
normal
good
event
system
activation
optimization.
requirements during the course of early access?
Good question. In that case, the event will terminate the advanced activation state and the temporary map channel will close. However, game data will be retained and Trailblazers can continue participating in gameplay as normal through the event stream.
Which is when I get my hands on the limited time event rewards.
In other news, in the not too distant future,
Knowing the
a new
universe.
episode of Knowing the Universe will be upon us. We've invited celebrated novelist Yoshiki Tanaka to be with us on the program. Together, we'll be exploring thoughts and imaginings on the subject of the boundless universe. A
Interesting.
huge thank you to Mr. Tanaka for his participation. Man, I can't wait to see that episode. And finally, intel on a mysterious collaboration destined for launch in 2025.
Bracing for
This is a
impact.
very
It's
very distant future, but
stay tuned for official announcements, Trailblazers.
I don't know anything about Fate though,
That
so
brings us to the end
eh.
of the version 2.4.
I'm sure it's cool for those who
special
do.
program.
Though.
Returning to the Cienjo, getting to know new Cienjo friends. You guys sure know how to get an old owl excited.
Will March be able to perfect her sword play?
3 Xianzhou generals in the same place at the same time. Who knows what kind of stories will unfold?
Let us all bear witness to the future of the Xianzhou Luofu.
See you in the next one, Trailblazers.
Till next time.
See you next
then.
time.
Okay, so guess I'll just review a little bit of what we've seen. So we're getting 3 new characters. We're getting Yunli first, and then we get March 7th, the hunt from the event, and then Jiaoqiu will be in the second half. Yunli is a DPS character, obviously. I mean, not every character, I feel like, who follows Destruction, Erudition, or Hunt is necessarily DPS. So she's a physical DPS character who focuses on countering characters, or countering enemies' attacks when she gets hit. So, that seems kind of straightforward. Her technique allows her to counter even on field, so you can't be ambushed, which is interesting. March 7th designates someone as her master, which will then boost their stats. I kind of forgot what. Oh no, I think it boosts her own attacks based on what the path they follow is. So, like, more powerful attack if they are Erudition, Hunt, Destruction, I think. And then if they're any of the other paths, then her special attack gets, like, bonus weakness reduction. I believe is what they said. I could go back and listen to it, but it doesn't matter a whole lot to me. And then we have Jiaoqiu, who's a Nihility character, so naturally he debuffs the enemy, and that's kind of the whole point. I think when his ultimate field is active, though, it said character's ultimate damage is increased, which is why they suggested him being good with Acheron. I mean, if you follow leaks, you probably know that Jiaoqiu has been leaked as an Acheron support or whatever for a while. I personally don't have Acheron. I just didn't care to pull for her. People might be like, there are so many, or like, she's the best lightning character we have. Like, best DPS. Like I said, I pull for characters if I just like them. Not that I dislike Acheron, but I just didn't feel the need to pull for her. I had no reason to, so. But I will still be pulling for Jiaoqiu. Who knows, maybe I'll just go DPS mode, so. And it sounds like this event, or this story, takes place over 2 patches, which is why we're not getting Sunday. I know I mentioned this already. I have been waiting for Sunday for a long time, and I have so many Jades saved up. By so many, I mean as much as a free-to-play person can save up. But I pretty much already have enough to guarantee a character. Like, I have almost 180 pulls. So I was like, well, if Sunday's not going to be in 2.4 or 2.5, which I think he might be in 2.6, we don't even know, right? Then I might as well just pull for Jiaoqiu now, because I feel like I'll have enough to save up for when Sunday comes. Anyway, so that was the 2.4 special program. I'm looking forward to the story. I think it'll be kind of fun, maybe a more lighthearted to an extent. Some parts of the story do look pretty intense, like with the whole prison. So that'll be interesting and probably a little bit more intense, less fun, because you saw how Shui was looking at the end there. It was kind of scary. It was scary, so looking forward to this, and, you know, I hope to catch you guys later. See you in the next one. Bye!